If you have any questions about how your record is going to translate to vinyl, a good thing to talk with your mastering engineer about is something called a reference acetate.
Or dub plate.
Often called a dub plate. Yeah, very often called a dub plate. And a reference acetate is different from test press, but it's kind of the same idea. A reference acetate is a disc that looks just like this that we will cut directly from the lathe. So it's different from a test press. Hasn't been plated, hasn't gone through the manufacturing process. It's a cut that we'll do live here and then give to you to take home to audition. And an acetate is the only way for you to listen to how your project will translate on vinyl before you send it to the plant. There's no other way to check that. So if you've got any concerns or questions, it's a good thing to talk with your mastering engineer about. Acetates are different in a couple crucial ways from finished records. First of all, they're a lot softer, and the surface of them is more fragile, and that's deliberate, so we can cut into them. But that means that they don't last as long. So depending on the weight of your needle and your tone arm, an acetate may only last 10 or so plays. But that's plenty for you to check whether or not you like the sound of how your project is translating to vinyl.
Think of it basically as a preview record. You know, it's the quickest and cheapest way to hear how your record's going to sound before spending all the money and all the time going through the production process to get a test pressing that you don't think sounds good, or have just discovered the songs are out of order, or any major problem. So think of it as a preview record. How long they last depends on how nicely your turntable's set up. And we mentioned before dusting off your turntable before playing test pressings, and it's especially the case with the dubs, because they are an even stickier material than your finished record, and they attract dust like a magnet. So if you put this on a dusty turntable and you play it, it's going to sound noisy. Handle it just like Adam's handling it here. Don't get fingerprints on them and stuff. It really, the finger oils really stick to them. So treat them really, really delicately. Play them a couple times, and hopefully they sound fantastic. And then you can say thumbs up to your cutting guy, and he'll cut your master lacquers with the same settings that they use to cut the reference acetate.
And if you have any questions about vinyl production, ask your mastering engineer. Talk to him about your project first. He'll be able to clear anything up. And if you want, a preview basically of how your record is going to sound,
get a reference acetate cut. Even if you haven't even decided to make a record, you might be thinking about doing a vinyl project and you don't know how it's going to sound, if it's going to work for you, get a ref cut. That's the cheapest way to see if it's even going to work at all. So hey, thanks for watching this video. We hope that you picked up on some hints for making a good record. And the big points, just to reiterate, are shorter is always better in terms of side times, and also be really aware of the sequencing of your record, trying to put the right songs at the end of the record. If you have any questions, just contact your specific mastering engineer you're working with, or if you're worried about anything, get a reference acetate or dub plate cut first to see if the record's going to sound good, and then go from there.
Yeah.
Good luck with everything.
Yeah, good luck, guys.